Guys, welcome back to the channel. This time we got another interesting, or hopefully interesting video for you. I have the Mustang jacked up in the front, and that means only one thing. We got more parts. Let's go take a look at what they are. Coming up, let's go. Wow guys, look at this. This is the CVF, or CV Fabrications Street Intercooler. We ended up going with the Street Intercooler here from CV Fab, and right out of the box, man, this thing is hefty. Look at how thick that is. And I can only imagine, once we get the old intercooler out of the car, we'll compare it with this one, and we'll see what the size difference truly is, but right out of the box, much bigger, much bigger. You can see CVF, their logo stamped in on the side of the end tanks there. And truly, I was between the race and the street. And the race is a bit more expensive, as you guys probably know. Really, I don't race my car all that often. I'm not one to really, bash on it hard and really push it every single day. I do like to have fun with the car. We live in Georgia here, so the temperatures, especially in the summer months, get really hot, and so I really do want a upgraded intercooler, and that's what led me to this guy here. Realistically, if I was going to be taking the car to the drag strip, if I was going to be replacing the factory turbo with like an NX2 or something bigger, then I would be looking at going with the race. And if you guys are down that path too, and you guys are going back and forth of like, well, yeah, I do want to go big turbo eventually, then I would say bite the bullet, get the race intercooler. But if not, and you guys are just gonna do full bolt on, I think the Street is gonna be just fine. But we'll test it out and we'll let you know. All right guys, we're gonna get to installing this intercooler on the car. You really don't need technically to remove the whole front bumper. I've seen some videos where they're doing it from underneath the car in the front. But for simplicity's sake, for me, for ease of getting this all together, and so I have enough room, I'm gonna remove the front bumper. It's really not too bad. So I'm gonna get to it now, and we'll speed that process up for you guys, and we'll come back as soon as it's off. Let's go. Man, this never fails. Look at what's missing. That damn 10 millimeter. My God, where is that 10 millimeter? Man, that's how it goes though. Every time. Not in there. Whoops. Some say, I'm sure, they're sitting at home like, hey, Tyler, well, if you were a little bit more organized, you wouldn't be missing your 10 millimeter, or maybe the 13 millimeter here as well. To that, I say, you're probably right, but we will find it. I will find it. Well, if I'm meant to have it, it'll find its way back to me. That's the way I see it. Now I gotta keep looking. Found one of them. Isn't that the thing we always do with like power tools, you know? Whenever you grab one, you gotta make sure it's working, so you give it the ritualistic to make sure. Just think about that next time you grab one. Megan pointed that out to me the other day. She's like, whenever you grab like your, impact, you always give it like that little 2 bursts. I guess I do. All right guys, we are super close to taking the bumper off. I think I got one more electrical connection over here, and then this whole thing should just slide right off. So just make sure we can grab that. Yep. Right here. Wiggle that. Pull that off. Woo. Crisis averted. All right, guys, so we got the bumper off. Whew. This side slipped out, as you saw in the last clip. It just slipped right off of there. So I probably had this one off just a little bit too much, and then this one fell. So if you're doing this at home, just be careful. Luckily, we escaped without any damage onto the bumper itself. I caught it just in time, but just something to be aware of if you're doing it at home. That any of this, you know, would be better with two people. But yeah, so we got the bumper off, and this is what we're left with here. So I probably didn't even need to, well, I probably do actually. There's two more little clips that hold in this belly pan kind of thing here. So I'm gonna go take those off and get at it here. But it looks like the next thing we're kind of greeted with is the active shutter system. So I think we're gonna just remove this whole thing here. A couple bolts here. And I think there's a few on top as well. Yep. That we'll have to get out and pull this whole thing off. I'm gonna keep the active shutter system in here. You can take the motor out of this and strap it to the front crash bar here, just so you don't get a check engine light. But I think I'm gonna keep it in and just remove the fins from the bottom section here, carefully, of course. So we will see, but I'll go from there. Hey guys, look at what I just found here by taking this off. What does this say? So it looks like J7, is that a paint code here? Right fender and door. Do you think this was in an accident at one point in time? Because it wasn't reported on the Carfax stuff if it was. I am just curious. What do you guys think? I don't know. Right fender and door. That doesn't look like a dealer installed piece of tape, but I guess I could be wrong. 40461. I don't know. If you guys have any ideas, let me know down in the comments, because I'm kind of curious about that. Whew. We got it out. Man, look at this thing. This thing is... I've seen videos of this, and it looks small, but when you actually have it in your hands and you're looking at it, like, it is super light, super small. Let's get a comparison from the new one, the CVF Street versus the stock one. It's gonna be good. Guys, look at this. So this is a comparison. It never looks as dramatic in videos, I feel like, versus me seeing it right now with my own eyes. But look at the stock intercooler. And then look at the street intercooler. This has got to be about at least double the size. Let's see. Let's see, we'll put it up right about there. Oh yeah. This is definitely over double the size. Probably almost exactly, actually. Double the thickness, I should say, from the factory one. It's a lot heavier, but you have the aluminum end tanks here, while these are plastic. And it looks like this is going to flow a lot better than the stock one, of course. So I'm going to move over the sensor right here to the new street intercooler and get it back, or get that one installed on the car. But I just wanted to kind of show this. Had a couple of bugs that we've killed, but I wanted to show this because it's pretty dramatic. And I mean, the race one obviously is even bigger than this. So if you guys are looking to make a lot of power, then I mean, by all means, the race is going to be the option. But this is rated to like 500 horsepower, so I think we'll be okay with the street for my needs anyway. So let's get it in, man. Let's get it installed. There she is, all torn apart. Alright guys, well, my hair is a little screwed up and I'm feeling significantly dirtier than I did when I started, but The intercooler is in. Let me show you. All right, guys, there's the CVF street intercooler installed in the Ecoboost. I don't know if you guys can even... There you go. There it is. Still got some work of getting the bumper back on the car. I've decided that I think what I'm going to do, I was going to keep the active grille shutters on the car, but I think I'm going to leave them out and take the motor out and obviously plug it back in and zip tie it behind the crash bar here. Just because, I don't know, I could pull out the fins on here, which I think is what a lot of people do, and then retain the radiator active grille shutters, but living here in Georgia, I don't know. I'd have to think they're for, I know they claim to be for miles per gallon, better fuel economy, but I'd have to think on like cold startups, you know, if you live in a cold environment, like where I'm from, Wisconsin, if I lived up there and in the wintertime I was driving a car like this, which probably wouldn't be the smartest thing to do, I would probably want that. So the car heats up a little quicker, especially with it covering the radiator like that. But living here in Georgia, we don't get that cold of temperatures, so I don't think it's that big a deal. I'm going to install it without it on there, and then if I have a problem, we'll go adjust it from there. Maybe I'll have to reinstall it, but I'm going to keep the part just in case the day comes where I want to trade in this car or sell it, and we want to go back to stock. So all my stock stuff, I'm keeping it intact. Intercooler, there, fins, and everything else. I got that air intake tube up there, exhaust over there. So I got parts everywhere, guys. But all right, I'm going to throw this back together and we'll finish up. Oh guys, we got it all back together. Bumpers on, wheels on. Gotta torque those down yet, but everything is done. Like I said, I left off the active grille shutter system, but as you can see it down there, there's the new intercooler. Kind of tough to see through there, but it's in there. It's in there. And there's the active grille shutter system and the old intercooler. So realistically, it's really not a bad job. It took me probably most of the day here Saturday, obviously filming this and doing the job itself. First time doing it, so it took me a little longer, but I wanted to make sure that I did it right and took my time. So right now, Megan's helping me out too. Just kidding. Moral support, right? But yeah, we're all buttoned up here, so we're gonna hope we start the car and everything goes good, but we'll make sure to update you guys in future videos. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching this one. This was the install, sped up, of course, of the CVF street intercooler for the Mustang Ecoboost. We got it on, like I said, a couple-hour job. If I was really hustling, I probably could have got it done quicker than I did, but wanted to take my time. So we're gonna have a lot more videos with the mods that we have on the car, update on that, as well as possibly uploading the Stage 2 Cobb tune to see what that's all about. Otherwise, I'm sure there's going to be more in the future. I'll let you guys know how I like it as well. So if you like the video, make sure to hit like down below, as well as subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. With that said, I hope you guys have a good one, and we will see you in the next video. Bye!